honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
What up, everybody? What's the name of your podcast?
Balls Deep.
Oh my God.
Technically, its full title is Life of Balls, Balls Deep.
Guys, check it out. I am live right now. We are about to record for Life of Balls, Balls Deep podcast. Hey. If you guys don't know, this is Kyle Balls, the mastermind behind the Life of Balls, and
most hated man on Pornhub.
I don't know about that. Actually,
just got that.
You know what? I've had a lot of my fans tell me like they started liking me from the content that we've done together.
Oh,
they were like, I didn't know that you like all types of men, and I'm like, I do. I have no type. I like them all. I am a slut.
And that being said, guys, welcome to the Balls Deep podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Balls. And this is my right-hand man, Wayne, who's actually on my left side. And today we have the beautiful Carmela Clutch here.
Hi.
So, yeah, let's do this.
Always playing to the camera.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right?
Hello.
That's a nice like cold open we just had there. Yeah. Just to break into her saying that.
Yeah,
that's a great cold open. We're going to start it. All right, cool. So, it's been a while since I've seen you. What are you up to?
Oh, it's been a minute. A couple months. I'm up to a lot of things. I have all of Exotica's coming up. So there's 3 of them for the rest of the year. And I'm going to be at all 3 signing at the Loyal Fans booth. And then in New Jersey, I'll be signing at the Maze the Goat booth. So there's that one.
Just had to bring up going to the conventions first, right?
Yes,
so,
I had to go.
It's fresh on our minds.
Twist the knife with Wayne. Thank you.
Hold on. Is there a little salt right there? Just pour it on the wound.
Right. For anybody who doesn't know, Wayne wants to go to the conventions, and I keep coming up with reasons not to go.
Yeah.
And I'm coming out with the merch line, so that's a whole other endeavor on its own. We're rebranding with a new logo.
Exciting.
I'm shooting every week, almost every day. So it's a lot. There's a lot of new stuff coming out.
You're in Vegas full time?
Full time in Vegas, but I'm flying out for shoots and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
I was just
when
in
it comes to
Phoenix
models,
and
like
LA.
you live one place, you're never there. But
we were just saying this. I have this beautiful new apartment that I'm never in, and I have this $5,000 bed that I never sleep in. And I'm always...
know what else she does in it, though?
No, not even that.
Oh,
that's what the
sad.
Orgy couch is for. I have a giant couch.
Take all your juices and get on the couch. Keep your juices
Is it
on the
white
bed.
by any chance?
No. But I do have covers for it. Like, I literally have, like...
Slip covers?
that are, like, waterproof. And then I put,
so like grandma's house? They're like plastic covered? Like
No, the plastic
wrapped
goes
in fucking
underneath.
cellophane or something?
the plastic goes underneath, and then the fabric that it like wicks off moisture goes on top because your girl is a squirter, and we all know this. So,
well, I had a microfiber couch ruined by a squirter once. I mean, literally ruined.
That wasn't me. It wasn't my fault.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry. It wasn't me.
You were probably underage at the time. So long ago.
I'm still a squirter, though.
Yeah, I remember that. That's like months after I had that little reminder. I look over on my couch, like, oh yeah,
fucking bitch. God damn it,
bitch. Yeah, no, I got this beautiful apartment. I filled the entire living room with a couch that takes up the entire space of the living room. It's like a whole L shape, and then it has that big square that goes in the middle that connects it. It basically looks like a king size bed in my living room, and we use it as such.
I say, we looked at one because I say that because Wayne lives here as well, and I've taken him furniture shopping when I'm looking. So we have looked at one, and if the house fit it, if I had a room that I could put it in, that was like first on my list. But I don't have a real living room. The living room's not set up like a traditional living room, and then the theater room, especially because I wanted to do the tiered seating.
Yeah, but
it wasn't
really
going to fit in there.
It's really cool,
Yeah.
and if you get creative, you can definitely have an orgy in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'd be tight.
I mean, that's
you
what
can
he
make
said.
it work.
That's what
But
he
with the tiered seating, everybody could still see the
Yeah.
the TV while they're fucking.
True.
Like it still works.
Because
You know?
That's true.
Because
Yeah,
it's
that's-
important to watch the porn while you're
It's funny you said porn. I was like, there's nothing more relaxing than having a gorgeous woman bounce on your dick while you're watching Rick and Morty. Or something, you know what I mean? Like,
I love that.
especially if she moans and laughs at the same time. It's an interesting sensation that just travels down.
Yeah, but if it's a new
Alright.
episode, after you got to rewatch it. 'cause, you know.
Yeah, no, you
I
definitely.
can multitask. I'm pretty good. I can edit and listen to an audiobook at the same time. It
Yeah, I
can't
have
be
no
much
idea how
different
you
than
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that a
right, yeah.
challenge?
That's right.
Is that a challenge? Hold up. Is that a challenge, sir?
So yeah, keep him busy. That's
Keep
cool.
him busy. Keep him busy. But busy in the right ways.
So you and me have talked about it, but let's do it officially on the podcast. How'd you get into the business? How did that happen? Let's do the typical podcast question.
Okay.
Like you just tripped and fell on a penis, and there's a camera there.
I've had so many. Okay, so before porn, I was in marketing, and I really didn't like it. I went back to school to be a PA, to go into the medical field. Also didn't like that either. And so I decided I was going to go to the Peace Corps. I'm on my way to the Peace Corps. I'm literally, it was the only rational thing to do. I'm going to go to the Peace
Absolutely,
Corps.
right?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Peace Corps for a couple of years. And so I was supposed to leave to Wuhan, China in the summer of 2019, but we all know why I wasn't able to go. They rescinded my application, told me some BS about my health. I was like, huh? At the time, though, I had taken a small part-time as a personal assistant at a model house for a content creator. It was there that I was like, oh, shit, it was almost like that meme of like math on the wall right in front of Beyonce. It was like, oh, wait. If I take my advertising and marketing degree with my background in psych and sociology, I might be able to connect that with my sexuality and be able to promote my own brand. I can do this. And I kind of jumped in head first without really putting much of a plan together. And I just have been kind of hit the ground running and kept going since then. So it's been fun. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but I'm really grateful for every moment that I've had in this industry. It's taught me a lot about myself, and it's made me into a much more independent, strong, free-thinking, and free-spirited person.
All right.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So, how long ago was that? When did you start?
Officially, without mainstream,
This is where I was
Just-
going next.
just content creation, it's been 4 years, but with mainstream,
Yep.
because a lot of people only count the mainstream stuff, it's been about 2.5 years.
So with that's the big one. I mean, I'm sure everybody, like, it's nerve-wracking for your first shoot, no matter what you're shooting, who you're shooting for. But, you know, I get people who are like, it's nerve-wracking to come shoot with me for the first time till they realize, like,
I was nervous.
there's no production team. It's just Kyle and a camera.
I was still nervous.
But what was your first, like, mainstream shoot where you have a crew? Where you
a
got
big crew?
where you got
Yeah.
male talent you're hoping that you just some way jive with. You know, because usually if you're doing the smaller productions like mine, once again, you don't have a whole crew sitting around going, "Are you ready yet?
At most,
Can we
you got
do
2
this?"
people.
Yeah, yeah.
So even when I worked with Bang Bros, it was a smaller crew. It was,
So this was Bang Bros.
no, the
Oh.
first big production that I felt like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're on a movie set now.
Yeah. No. It was crazy, and it was
There's
actually
makeup people there and shit, and
that
people
stayed the whole time,
yeah,
which was
people
like,
reading
what?
the script to make
There
sure
was-
you're saying your lines right.
There was somebody who got me water and put a straw in and was like fanning me and stuff. Okay, so it was a Brazzers shoot. It was my very first Brazzers
okay,
shoot.
nice.
I got stuck in a vending machine.
Oh, that would have been back when the stuck stuff was going. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
around, but
Yeah,
holy
no,
shit,
it was
that thing,
great.
yeah.
that thing blew up in like 2020. Everybody was getting stuck in everything.
Yeah, I literally got really stuck in a dryer and washer, but that's a different story, and that was not on set. But this one was on set for Brazzers, and I remember I got the script like a week ahead of time, and I was like, "There's a script, and I'm getting it a week ahead of time." Oh shit, I need to know this.
That's a big deal.
That's a big
man.
deal.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I saw key frames and key shots. I saw advertising shots. I saw marketing key frames, and I was like, "Oh, this is an ad scene. This is a big deal. That I need to do well on this. Oh my god, who's my male talent? Kyle Mason. Oh my god, what do I do? And get to set, and everyone's super friendly and super nice, and I just jive well with everyone. Kyle was a sweetheart. They even gave me a chance to like warm up, which I didn't know that was a thing that you do, especially with a larger male talent. You know, you might need a second to just kind of ease things in. And
on professional sets, they do that. If I try and say that, girls like, oh, okay. Hey, you want to warm me up, Kyle? Yeah, no. So it's one thing the professional sets have over me. They can't do that.
But it was a fun experience. It was
Not professional, mainstream. I should say mainstream set.
It was a fun experience. It was different. We went out to a studio, and ironically, the studio was a studio that I had worked one of my 9-to-5 gigs. Prior to being in the adult industry, it was one of the ones that I had worked at the studios, and it was kind of cool to be there and not be working there.
Yeah.
And it was just a really cool first glimpse into that. And then ever since then, having, scenes with the key shots and the advertising shots and stuff like that, that's kind of been almost normal for me. And I love it. I can't get enough of it because I get to see the whole marketing aspect. So again, it ties into my background, and I'm geeking out over it on set.
Yeah.
So, obviously you said he was good, like the first shoot, first male talent, everything.
Yeah.
Good shoot. Good,
that was
zone.
That was a great mainstream first shoot and everything. Yeah.
Nice. That's always not always the story I hear for the first one. So that sounds good.
No, my very first scene ever was a little bit more scarring, but it was not so great. But just because the company I was working for was not the greatest, it's still known as not a company that anyone wants to work with. But my first mainstream scene was done with Brazzers, and it was done beautifully, and it was done. I love working with them. They're great.
Did you get an agent when you got into the business? Did you like get found by an agent, or did you find an agent?
I had to find an agent.
Okay.
And for the longest time, I could not find an agent. No one would represent me. No one would take me on. No companies would shoot me. Yes, I'm talking to all of you. I see you. No one would shoot me. They all said, oh, pretty girl, but I don't think she's going to make it in this industry. 320,000 followers later, I'm still here, and I'm not going anywhere.
Gotcha. All right. I just,
And how many Instagram accounts is that?
No. That's the Twitter account. Instagram, I'm on like number 5 or 6.
Yeah, but if you're gonna talk numbers, let's see. How many OnlyFans have you had? How many Instagrams have you had deleted?
I have 2 OnlyFans. Somebody just told me the other day they took a screenshot and sent it to me on X videos. I reached 1.1 billion views.
Oh.
X videos is a sore subject for me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Still pissy about it.
I'm sorry, love.
Oh. Bastards. Fuck you. X videos if you see this.
We still like Pornhub.
Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. No, congratulations about that though. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
epic. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm still trying to process it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I can't imagine that.
No, I got told it was this morning actually. Thinking about it. Yeah, it was like 6 a.m, but it was this morning that I checked and I saw it. It's cool.
Yeah. That is cool. What's your
fucked up and
heist?
became
What's
a
your
porn
number,
star.
Kyle?
He's got like 15 billion.
Yeah.
He's been around for a while. That's not fair.
Yeah.
I was curious, actually. We've never talked views. We've never talked.
Ooh.
We talked money.
Views are tough. Is that what Pornhub tracks? Does it have that on your page when you log in?
It does. It has views and it has subscribers too.
Well, have like a total views of like everything of yours that has been like
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
but you got to keep in mind Pornhub is USA based.
Yeah,
and X videos is international.
Right.
So
Yeah,
the
I mean,
numbers are always going to be different.
And
because of the metric system, right?
the other
screwy
thing,
metric system.
the other thing, and not to take away from what she's accomplished, but the thing that's hard for me is my views are only on my account. Like I have shot way more and shot way more content than Coco, for example.
Well, yeah.
But if you look on Coco's Pornhub, she's not far behind me.
Yeah.
Because anybody else who shot with her who may have a much bigger following, when they tag her, she gets the credit for the views.
Absolutely.
She's not getting paid for it, but she gets credit for the views. So all of mine only come from me. So only on my Pornhub, I think I'm at like 400 million.
Okay. So
But-
the views are just our views. How many views of things that have your name on it?
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
That you're
Okay.
tagged in.
So you can have
There's stuff
some
in
girls
there.
who are mega stars who like as soon as I tag her on a video, she's going to get credit for those views too, which allows them to go to her site. So I don't hit those numbers. But on X videos, at one point, I was like top 70 in the world. I'd worked my way up.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd worked my way up that high. I think I was even
yeah.
higher in the U.S. I mean, not Alex Adams status, but like I was working my way up there until they deleted my account.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
And on Pornhub, I only got to the top 80, I think, 80 or 90 before they got in trouble for the underage girl shit and destroyed our their website for like a year
up for
or two.
everybody.
Yeah,
Fucked
thanks
it up for
fuckers. That cost me 15
Now we have
grand
to
a month.
put stepson.
And everything. The compliance
Just couldn't-
papers, like when I get a script now, is just like big bold lettering that's double highlighted, underlined, and circled with stars near it. Like, do you see this? It's like Carmela must say stepson or stepdaughter exactly 3 times before intercourse.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm so glad we get to spend this time together, stepdaughter. It's so great to see you, stepdaughter. It's great to have you here for the summer, stepdaughter. Now can we fuck?
It's so when that, it took me because they're not great at explaining those rules. They just say no incestuous shoots, and that's all they'll say.
Yeah.
But they don't really do a good job of explaining the rules. So, if you ask them, though, they will start telling you the details on what works and what doesn't work. And they finally told me that it just has to have step in it. So one of my biggest selling genres is aunt-nephew. Saying step-aunt over and over again. But the word aunt still implies like blood relation.
Yeah.
So I have to clarify at the beginning. I haven't shot an aunt nephew with you, but I have to clarify at the beginning of every scene, like,
The step-nephew.
Carmela, I'm so happy you married my dad's brother. I have to say that
Yeah.
in every fucking episode, and
Yeah.
that is fun to try and work that in.
Yeah, you got to try and figure out. It's actually really funny to see how we try and slip those in. It's like,
Yeah,
it's great to see you, stepson.
No, every time I start, it's like, how's the greatest stepmom in the world doing today? I have to, he edits my shit, so he has to hear it constantly.
yeah.
Every fucking episode, I have to say it, or Pornhub will delete the trailer.
I mean, let's talk about the fact that if you turn 22 in porn, you become a MILF. I've been having to call myself a mom, and I'm clearly a giant child. This is actually a kid's shirt. I got it in extra large. Don't laugh at me. Stop laughing. I can see you smiling. You're like about to laugh.
Hiding behind the mic.
God.
He's not any better. He's not any better. Like,
Look what I'm fucking wearing.
yeah, like, he's living the teenage dream right here, man.
I just got back from
So are
Universal
you,
Studios.
Kyle.
You guys can-
He hangs out at theme parks all day and then hangs out with porn stars at night. Like, I mean, yeah,
Kyle, that sounds like your life.
it is.
I'm just easy to
But
do it this time.
Wayne's better at the theme parks than I am. I haven't done it much this year. Been lazy. Well,
We
that's fun.
did go to Star Wars
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Yeah.
I think that was the last
I
time
was-
you went to a
February.
park, though.
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
it?
it
I
was
wasn't-
February. I haven't been since.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed that they wouldn't like interact with us on that level of like there was a whole
and they-
list
yeah, they
of
dissed us.
things that we wanted to do
Yeah.
and say, and
Oh, yeah.
there were times that I would say things like key phrases that they would have to say something back, and one guy I remember looked at me and was just like, "You're not a kid,"
Yep.
and I was like, "I'm the height of a child."
Yep. We caught that on camera. That's actually in the episode.
Yeah.
Like, you trying to snitch on me every like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any
I
chance you
was.
got, yeah. It
He's
worked
with
a
the
couple
rebellion.
of times, though.
He's with the rebellion.
Somebody said something back to you. Like, so you said, like, Bright Suns, and they said whatever back.
Bright
like,
Morrow or something.
whatever,
Yeah, it was like in the
Said something
ride.
back to you. Get away from me.
Yeah, right.
Go
Like a tourist.
away.
What do you want? I'm just a barista. Will you leave me alone?
Listen, but you're at the most magical place in the world, so you're
Yeah.
a magical barista.
That was fun. That Star Wars ride, Rise of the Resistance, pretty epic.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Yeah, that was a
cool.
great. That was a good show.
Yeah.
If you haven't
And-
done it, you guys check it out.
Yeah.
I went and did it out in California about a month and a half ago, 2 months
Oh,
ago,
did-
and it's slightly different. There's like little tiny bits that are different, and it was just great because I took somebody who'd never been on it, and she just kept going, "What the fuck?" Like every time something would come up, like you know. Like,
I remember thinking that a few times.
and
They
all of
would,
a
like,
sudden you're in
carve
that
into
big
the wall
room, and
here,
she's
I'm
like, "What?"
all of a
she's
sudden we
like
come
your
in through
height. It
one
was
side.
funny.
Oh, what's so funny about being my height?
She's like a little girl. She's like this little girl
Little
that's like,
people.
"What?" Every time the
Just so you
door's
guys
open.
know, in order to be this tall, I'm sitting on my legs.
There was the first time me and Wayne went on that ride. We did not look like manly men. Okay, so anybody who hasn't been on Rise of the Resistance, tune out because we're going to spoil it. You know,
Spoilers.
At the end, they, you pull into the drop pod to like do the escape, and it drops you. And it was, I think they hold 8 or 10 people. So me and Wayne got stuck on with like a mom and like 5 children, and me and Wayne.
Were you screaming the loudest?
No, for the most part, honestly, once the ride started, we didn't say a word to each other. We're both epic nerds. We were just watching and taking it in. We were having a great time. But in that, where you drop, oh, fuck! Like,
but there's children there, sir. There are children there.
And I was genuinely scared. Like, I would not swear in front of kids, you know? It's a constant battle to keep the porn stars in line.
Yeah.
When we're there. So, you know, I am very conscious of that, but it... Oh, fuck! and he did it with me.
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah.
At one point, I think we were cuddling as we were falling. Like,
I love you, bro. I love you more. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I took a bite of that donut the other day. I told you I didn't, but I did.
It was just like, as soon as the ride jumped, children, stay in school. Stay in school.
Stay in school. You don't want to end up like this.
Right.
So that's a fun ride though.
It was definitely fun. Oh my God, I have. Hold on. Oh no, I thought it was a genuine question. My bad.
No.
Oh. Okay. I got excited.
Will you have sex with me?
Yeah, it was literally that question. Can we go on a date? No.
Ooh, dating. There's an interesting pivot.
Oh.
And she just, you know, as far as I'm concerned, she opened it up. So
That's true.
Okay. Yeah.
let's talk about relationships and porn.
Okay. Let's get started.
You know, I had a married girl on the channel last. So, and her husband's in it too. So we got that one. But how have you found it? and without putting your personal life on blast too much.
Asked me that because he knows he's seen it up and down.
It's
and
a
up
baited
and down.
question.
It's a very baited question. Thank you so much for that. For that, I'm going to steal Mr. Muffins.
But I'm not gonna you know, put any personal stuff out there. You know, you can talk as much as you want to.
I will
but
definitely.
That's just one of the biggest things.
Of course, it's
I
definitely,
always get.
You know, today. So, for the record, to clarify, I am in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for about a year. I've dated before that in the industry, but nothing serious. And it is a challenge. It's not easy. Just any relationship is a lot of communication, and it's growth. It's changing with your partner and growing with your partner and bettering yourself in ways that, you know, sometimes they may point out, or, you know, you may realize when you're with people that you're like, oh shit, I do have this bad habit or tendency. So it's about constant growth and communication. And just earlier today, I had made mention of my partner. And I said, oh man, I have the best boyfriend. He's so great. Thanks for holding me down all the time. Love
Way
you.
to kill the fantasy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was speaking for the fans there.
Oh, well,
Did someone
sorry.
say that? No.
but in actuality, I had a bunch of people, the majority of the people that responded, there was 1 or 2 people that were like, oh yeah, great couple, cute, da-da-da. There was 1 or 2 people who actually were like, oh yeah, because he's with so-and-so and this. And then somebody else was like, oh, well, now I see why so-and-so doesn't follow you. First off, I blocked her. Okay, I blocked her.
Okay, we're going deep here.
Drama.
Second, that was over like 3 or 4 years ago. Get with the times. If you're going to be a fan of ours.
Bitch.
No, not that. But if you're going to be a fan and you're going to tell people and you're going to try and out people, like you're going to go to me and tell me what my boyfriend's doing. First off, I okayed the shit. I'm the one sitting there like, make that money, honey, because we got bills to pay. Let's go.
So for everybody who knows, your boyfriend is male talent in the industry.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
My boyfriend is a male talent in the industry. He's not just randomly fucking people.
No. For anybody who doesn't know.
Yes, he is a male talent in the industry. He has his own established brand. He's doing well for himself. And so, you know, we both have to work with other people from time to time. And it's never really bothered me because we have good communication as far as that goes. We're always like talking about, okay, babe, we're on set here, we're done, we're here, we're there. And, you know, just like with any relationship, you have to negotiate the terms of your relationship, right?
Relationship agreement.
There's a relationship agreement. It really is. Okay. Okay. But you know, there is a little bit, especially in porn, I think, especially in the adult work, there has to be communication about what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, where are the boundaries. And those boundaries might fluctuate as time fluctuates. And you have to be willing to discuss that and talk. It's just like any other relationship, but a little more intense and a lot more fun.
Be sure to catch Carmela's TED Talk.
Yes.
Fucking in love. Yeah, I mean, just from personal stuff that you and me have talked about in our relationships, I feel pretty safe to say that we're on a similar level because you know we you know for the fans, like obviously we fuck a lot of people to make money, but when it comes to my personal life, not really open. Like I'm too fucking tired most of the time. Like ain't nobody got time for that shit. Like the especially in Central Florida, when I work with amateurs, a huge chunk of them are swingers.
There's a huge swinging population in Central Florida.
Yeah. And I'll always just kind of tell them, because they'll, they want to befriend me. So I'll get invited to stuff sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And they're almost to the point where I was like, well, there'll be 3 milfs over here who would love to work with you. And I'm like, that's
yeah, but you know what? That's kind of like,
I can't make money off the gonzo. And as far as in my personal life, I'm just too tired. I really have no desire to drive an hour to.
I will say that a lot of people think, okay, so this is something that happens in my relationship a lot, that, is something that we had to negotiate the terms of our contract. I am a nympho, but I am a sapiosexual, demisexual, whatever. I have my certain things, but I need a lot of sex. I crave a lot of sex. I'm in my sexual peak. I'm in my early to mid 30s. So for me, being in this industry, it lends itself to that. But at the same time, it's not intimacy. And intimacy can't be replaced with, just fucking on a set. It just can't. So more often than not, people are always like, well, are you guys having a lot of sex? Yeah, we do here and there. But if he's got to work and he needs to make sure his pee-pee works and he can't, bust all those loads the night before, you know what? It's okay, babe. Let's just cuddle. Or we've been rewatching Power. So we'll watch a series together and we'll cuddle.
Talk about a show to get you horny, man. They fuck like crazy in that show. You could see everybody naked by episode 3.
I remember watching the first episode being like, they hot. I want to see them fuck.
And what was Angela, right?
No, it wasn't Angela.
No,
like
for me,
her.
I'm talking
okay,
to Angela.
I don't like her. I don't like her. She broke up the family.
Yeah. Call me Poppy, please. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, Angela.
I can't deal with you.
Yes. Big fan of the show.
Big fan.
But yeah, no, it's just, kind of, there are plenty of people. I sometimes suspect that a lot of people kind of fake it for social media to kind of show this lifestyle. But so many of the industry people, true industry people, it's like, maybe there'll be some fun fucking every now and then. But for the most part, it's like, I have to work and have sex to maintain my relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not 22. So at that point, like, that's kind of like I'm maxed out. You, special case with some of your needs, obviously, but
still,
the average couple I know in the industry.
Even if my needs are great like that, my body can only take so much.
Right. Yeah.
So, there will be times, like, one of the things that makes my relationship particularly unique is that we are, to an extent, swingers. There'll be times where he's like, you know what, you've been talking about how horny you are lately and you've been kind of revved up. And so-and-so's in town, so you want to get together with them? And they'll run me through the whole night. But it's not like a regular everyday thing. It's
and that's like just a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday, actually, sir. And the only reason why we stopped
You got bowling night, she's got run through night.
And the only reason why we stopped was because housekeeping was knocking on the door because we needed to check out. So we went back to his house and kept going. So, but yeah, no.
I ain't got no energy for that.
But it's not all the time. This is like a once a month, once every other month, or once a month thing. Oh no, it's a little more frequent than once a month. Let's be honest here. But not with the multiple partners. But we'll
I've heard
all
things.
ham.
Trust me, I've heard things.
What have you heard?
I had some friends.
It's all true.
I had some friends hanging out here last weekend.
It's all true.
They know you and your boo.
Do they?
Intimately.
Ooh, who did you have here?
Jocelyn Jane.
Oh my God, yeah.
I've heard things.
Oh yeah, we ran through her for my birthday. Oh my God. We went, so that's the other thing. I'm genuinely a bisexual woman. Yeah. For me, it's a sliding scale. Some days it's 70-30 penis. Some days it's 20-80 vagina.
See how you're feeling that day. I get you.
Yeah, exactly. And this particular time, it was my birthday. He and I went to a club or something. And then afterwards, Jocelyn met us up and we had the most fun for the night.
You can always count on Jocelyn as just like an adventure. It doesn't just mean sexually. It's just you hang out with Jocelyn, you wake up the next morning in Dubai, and you're like, what?
You're like, how did this happen? She's like, oh, you don't remember?
Yeah, I don't even have a passport. How did this happen?
That's exactly, that's
I don't even remember getting on the plane.
That's kicking it with Jocelyn. She asked me to go out for a drink. And now we're in Hawaii.
Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. She's like, let me come over and celebrate with you with a drink. And then because I'm genuinely bisexual and he's into women, we both went back and forth on her, and then she just was loving it. We were just, okay, babe, my tongue needs a break. Okay.
She mentioned it was a good time.
It was fun. It was
Jocelyn, and not in every way, but Jocelyn in a lot of ways, it reminds me of Uncle Charlie from 2.5 Men. Like, you went to return a movie 2 nights ago, and I was like, I went to Vegas instead. Like, it's like it's Jocelyn.
That is her. That is her.
I do enjoy following her on social media.
I saw her at XBiz, and she immediately came up to me and pulled me out of the pool and started spanking me.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, "You bitch, you don't answer your phone ever." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm bad. Keep spanking me. I'm not sorry. I'm not really sorry. Keep spanking me."
She got stuck on the delay here. She was here for like 9 hours, so she just between flights. So she just took an Uber over here, and it just so happened that Kendra and Misty were here.
Oh my God! You had a house full of crazy.
And Coco was here too. So it was 4 of us just shooting the shit.
You didn't invite me.
Like I said, 2 of them were here practicing their pole dancing. Coco was just working on her tan, and Jocelyn was bored. And was like, "I'll come hang out with you."
Yeah, but Jocelyn and I could have like.
There was a lot of weed smoked.
I was about to say I was going to smoke some weed with her and maybe have a shot, and then who knows? We'd end up having an orgy in the middle of the pool. I don't know. Don't laugh. We can do it on the floats.
I think that was like a Thursday.
Again with the Thursday.
Yeah.
Is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah, that's why I said Thursday.
Oh, I thought you said Tuesday. Weren't we saying Tuesday?
No,
I thought we were on Tuesday.
No, we're on Thursday now.
I don't even know what day it is half the time.
We call it pool orgy Thursday. Well, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
yeah.
Glad to see it's working for you.
It is. It is. It is. This is such an interesting lifestyle. I really can't akin it to anything I've ever experienced before.
Yeah.
I get to be the teenager I always wanted to be, essentially, but as an adult with more expensive toys.
Yeah. Never grow up. That's my motto. Yeah.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
You know, I will say something, a little bit of a different opinion on that. I do love this business. I love the freedom. I love the financial freedom. I love how easy it is. Every now and then, I miss the strip club.
Oh, yes.
I don't miss the drama.
You know that you can still go to a strip club.
No, not like that.
Okay.
I don't miss being the boss.
No,
I
miss being the boss
being
of
an
the strip club.
employee.
I loved that. I mean,
Oh my
really?
God, that was so much fun. Every night you go to work, it's a party. It's like a fun partying adventure.
The way that you feel tired about the sex is the way I feel tired about the partying.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about AVNs earlier, and AVNs and X3, these are all conventions. They're a couple of days long. They're very long days. It's being on all the time, which is very hard to do. I'm sorry, I'm so short here.
You're good. No, I just angle it every now and then.
And we were talking about social battery, and honestly, I'm an introvert, even though I am talkative. And once you get me going, it's kind of hard to get me to shut up. I'm pretty much an introvert. So when I have to exert that much energy just being on and social all the time, I'm tired shortly afterwards. And some people have that about sex. I
definitely
have it about,
no. So this was more when I say party's the word I should say, where it's like the feeling you have is just levity. Really, this is more hanging out for movie night every night with your best 10 friends and laughing.
and they all happen to be half naked and really gorgeous.
The laughing is probably at like the gut laughing that you would have every night from at least one time, whether it be a customer who's attempting to put his debit card in between butt cheeks to
oh God.
Yeah. Let me
we've all seen that. We've all seen that. You know, to catching 2 guys 69 in the parking lot.
God.
Yeah, I mean,
caught what?
Yes,
Who doing what?
There were 2 men 69 in a parking lot.
Are we allowed to talk about this on a?
I'm not going to say names.
I mean,
I would never say names.
Wow.
But they're gonna know.
Yeah, well, if they watch my podcast.
I mean,
No, it was there's just many. I mean, I caught it. We don't have to go down that road now because Wayne's heard all these stories, and I don't want to bore him. But I mean, I had a we had a bathroom attendant who who came in and he's like, hey. I think that, it would happen a lot where you'd like, I think the guy's jerking off in the bathroom, like in the stall.
No, you're kidding me, right?
Well, that would happen all the time, but you just kind of go like, hey, like, we only got one shitter for the guys, so like,
can you
go somewhere else?
Like,
yeah,
come on,
go out to the car and jerk off.
Wrap it up, B.
I mean, like, can't you just wait till you get home? Sorry, guys. Can't you just wait till you get home and then like,
no, man,
use the
mood
highlight reel?
Strikes and you got to hit it. No,
listen, I get it, but
So anyways, the bathroom attendant comes and tells me, and even though it's a strip club and it's a wild crazy thing, you still try and be professional.
Of course.
And we're like, well, what is your evidence? And he goes, he was in there for a while. He came out. He asked for because he had moisturizer. After you wash your hands, he got some moisturizer, but then he went back in. And I was like, pretty solid evidence.
Did you hear something like?
I'm no detective.
So no. So I won't tell the whole story, but
oh god,
there was a veteran bouncer who was my roommate, and then there was a rookie bouncer who actually the rookie bouncer actually played in the NFL.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is before he went to college. He was, he was like 18 years old and 7 feet tall. So I tell the veteran bouncer, get the rookie too. All three of us will go in there, but he's got to learn this shit. And so, so I go up to the bathroom stall, and the stall's just low enough to where if I stand on the tippy toes, I can look in. And I'm like, it's just, and I do the peek, and I look, I look in, and I look back at the veteran bouncer, and I'm just.
Wait, what's that face?
He's like, what? I look a second time. I look a third time. He's like, what? I'm like, he's fucking himself in the ass with a plunger.
What?
Oh, I'm not going to be able to retell the story because now we've told it on this one.
Yeah. Well, at least we get it in. People love the club stories, but. Now explain how he was doing this.
Wait a minute. Did he plunge it to the floor and he was writing it?
To the wall. So
he was to the wall.
He was butt naked.
There, so.
He was butt naked, throwing it back.
I have a perfect visual. I did that to a dildo the other day.
Just throwing it back on it, butt naked in the strip club.
That doesn't sound sanitary.
Yeah, no, it was not.
It was our plunger.
He didn't bring his own plunger.
He didn't bring his own plunger.
He brought his own plunger.
He found an object in a toilet, and the strip club was like, "This looks like it'll fit my ass."
I was looking for the coat check and the plunger check.
So that's happening. I remember I looked to the veteran guy, and the veteran bouncer who was my best friend, and he has since passed away. He's like 5'6", so I know he can't even see, but I'm like. That's a security issue. And I go to walk out, and he comes and gets me, and he goes like, "What is it?" I tell him, he goes, "All right," and he goes to the new guy, "You're gonna deal with that." Like I don't, and the guy ends up leaving. After he was told to remove the plunger from his ass, he ends up leaving.
You can keep the plunger, dude.
No, we had to go in there with gloves and retrieve that and toss it.
It was actually me who did it like 3 days later. Yeah.
So one of the sad thing was because you would get this every now and then. Is his friend was with him, came out, who took him out, and was like. What did he get kicked out for? And I'm like, I'm not going to embarrass the guy, but he's done for the night. And he goes, I'm sorry, man. He's fresh out of prison, and like it's the first naked woman he's seen in a while. And I was like,
well, okay, makes sense.
Just got to go to your safe place, brother. I feel it. So that was it. Now to continue the story, that happened.
I'm still processing.
Let's say that happened on like a Thursday. I don't think it was a weekend night. It was a weeknight. That was what made it weird. It happened on a Thursday. We go through the weekend. On the following Sunday or Monday, me and maybe two of the guys who work with me are going out drinking. Now, I don't know how it is in every city, but in San Diego, every strip club has employees who's worked at every other strip club. Like it's a career when you work in the strip clubs, but you'll only make it 5 years at a club before you end up in another club. So rival companies, you'll have GMs who run a rival company who started out as a door guy at our club back in the day. So we all know each other. Which also means when we want to go out and get shit-faced, we tend to go to other strip clubs that serve alcohol because they'll at least show us the respect of not beating us up and robbing us because we're all in the industry.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah, you make it sound like that's what happens at all strip clubs.
No, but it's just like
that's not what happened when I went to a strip club.
They will give you a little bit more leeway. They will not cut you off as fast. They will be a lot more polite. If they do have to ask you to leave, they're not going to rough you up. So anything like that. So we're drinking at a bar or a topless club that's now changed names, but it was Pure Platinum back then. And I didn't ask for any special treatment. Me and the two employees I'm with are just sitting at the bar having a drink, and the manager comes out, sees us, and instantly comes over and lines up 3 shots for us.
Oh, nice.
True gentleman. And that was just something that I loved about the business. And he goes, "It's good to see you, man. What's up with the plunger?"
Wait, he heard about it?
The small world that the strip clubs were in back in the day, that he had caught wind about that in 4 or 5 days, that had spread across the industry of San Diego like wildfire. But it's just, what's up with the plunger? You got to tell me about that.
Atlanta.
I guess that's something we haven't experienced that here, Kyle. Tell me what happened. How'd you guys handle that? So
I don't even see. So So many people tell me I should start dancing or I should feature, and I don't think I'm cut from the same cloth. I don't know what to do in that situation. I'd be like, sir, you gotta go. Like,
yeah, please put the plunger down, sir.
No, take it with you, please. I don't want to touch it. Take it with you.
Sorry, that's a random person just asked, what's it like living in the Kyle Balls mansion? I don't have a mansion. Other than that, it's pretty chill.
Actually,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
okay,
like
so
living in a mini resort.
Okay, so it's not a mansion, but it's definitely a mini resort. It's definitely like a resort, and
We got a sauna, 2 hot tubs, a pool, a grill area, outdoor shower, movie theater room, home gym, dungeon.
a dungeon.
Yeah.
Dungeon. That's where I sleep.
Yeah.
Tonight, anyway.
Yeah. There's a question that's a broader question I will answer for a lot of guys is I love my life. My life is exciting in a lot of ways, but at the same time, my life is very boring and repetitive. Odds are, with Carmela being here for a day or two, I will have her naked around the house for a day or two. But after that, like, there's no one here for a while. It's me,
really quiet.
Wayne, and Pops. That's
When I'm around, it's a little bit more of a. Well, I mean, I'm assuming every girl brings their own kind of like personality to the house and everything.
well, and about 70% of my shoots, they live within an hour or two.
Yeah.
So they they're not even staying over. They're here for their
Yeah.
2-hour shoot, even if they are besties or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're
They're here. They're
gotta get home to
working
the
and-
husband or the kids or something like that. So.
Yeah, of course. And so, when you do have girls come out and stay, I mean, I don't know if they'll probably bop around the house doing TikToks and stuff like that, and
Usually in the backyard.
in the backyard. Yeah, that's where I'm going to be while
sure.
everything's
Yeah.
happening here. I'm going to go get a tan.
I
Nice
see
tan.
like I'll see like girls that I know on the Instagram and their stories and be like, oh, that's my backyard.
Yeah. No,
I
I've
know
seen
that.
it. I'll be like scrolling. I'll be like, oh, that's Charlie.
Can zoom
and
in the window and see you sipping at coffee. Are they fucking done out there yet? So I can go out and fucking relax.
I
Damn
need
it.
to smoke my weed, man.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm going out there. Fuck it.
That's definitely been me. But like, she's still fucking twerking
going
out there. That was the last time I was in the Velma costume, and I remember I was outside for a while. And I think at some point you just got tired of waiting for me, so you went to the hot tub in the back, and you were smoking. And I was like, he could have gone here. I would have just moved. And I was like, oh wait,
That's where I go smoke. I mean, you didn't displace me at
Okay,
all.
I thought
But
I would
if
displace
you were
you,
working
like-
on something, I wasn't gonna like bust out. Like, what's
everybody's
up?
here right
And
now.
then
how you
bust
do
through.
it? Just like hop into
Pivoting around.
Who's here? Oh, hi.
Just swinging it around.
I'm gonna watch that happen over here in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, so I mean that's really it. Like people, I don't, like I said, I love my life. I'm very happy with it, but at the same time, it's not as exciting. Like how often we still get the request for like do a day in the life episode.
Yeah.
For Life of Balls, and I'm like,
Oh,
Kyle got up and sat at his computer for 9 hours.
I've actually seriously thought about doing that. Just like
just
just
time
filming
lapse
you
it.
on your camera for a while, or on your computer, and then sitting in the back smoking a cigar or something.
Yeah,
You know
so
what,
Kyle take a
honest-
cigar break at some point. He might go in the gym and he'll prepare 1 to 2 meals throughout the day and possibly grill. That's about the extent of my day now.
And then sit on the couch like
You know
this.
what? But I think a lot of people would be really surprised. One of the reasons why I chose this lifestyle and chose this career path is because I genuinely love working myself to the bone, to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm physically, mentally, and emotionally everything drained. I'm going to take the next week off, or I'm going to take the next couple of days off and just have a me day, or I'm going to start tomorrow at 5 p.m. Like I have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
We have the technology and the power.
Yeah, I have the ability to schedule that. I just don't have the ability to actually do it. At 5 o'clock comes, like, I can wait till 6.
Okay, fair enough. But I mean, like having
I'll still
the
get to that.
freedom of schedule to me is more, for me, it was like one of the main selling points of not having a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like clocking in, working for myself essentially. If I want more money, I work more. I'm okay, I'm good, or I'm relaxing, or I need to take some time for myself, I do so. And I don't think that there's enough career paths out there that allow us, at least in our society, the freedom to go ahead and take the time off or work from home.
That's very true.
Especially before COVID, there was no option.
Start talking about society. I can go on some rants.
You know what grinds my gears?
Yeah, right. Well, what else was I going to say to that? Oh, well, it's actually kind of changed me because so up until recently, I used to have the attitude of I could not understand people who were working for the weekend. I was not like that. What the fuck is a weekend was my kind of attitude.
You worked in hospitality though. You were in nightlife, so you were working.
Even if I
weekends.
hadn't, I would have been fucking delivering pizzas or something like that. Because really, I realized what makes me happy is like grind like crazy for 3 months, than spend 4 days on a beach with a beautiful half-naked woman in Cabo or something like that and go back to work.
Don't point at me. You've never taken me to Cabo.
We can go to Tampa.
Okay, Cabo, Tampa. You see that? What is that?
Okay, Clearwater. Clearwater.
Apparently, I'm not that pretty.
But no, I mean that's always been my attitude. Is like,
if you're going to Cabo, like, why not pick up a hottie over there?
Fuck no, I will. No, hell no. I will bring the entertainment with me. I don't have. No, I'm on vacation. I'm not going hunting.
Okay, you don't like to go fishing.
No, I'm not in my 20s. Nobody got time for that shit. I want it pre-made for me.
You want it warmed up already.
Yep.
Warmed up and ready to go. Hot and ready.
You want to cook your own?
Ready.
No.
Hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
$5.
$5.
Actually, I wasn't even really like that in my 20s. That's one of my life hacks for young men to succeed.
Yeah, everything is a distraction. Vagina and dick is both a distraction, are both a distraction when you're at that age.
Yeah,
I really do think that.
I give the advice to anybody who asks. Guys don't always ask me, but it's always like, work 2 jobs, make sure you can set some money aside, and you're going to roll your eyes. Find a girl you can put on payroll and let her be your, you can go every other week release. Because there is going to be, there is, basically I'm telling you to hire a fuck buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can stick to a professional if you want. I tend to say you have better luck if you find,
well, I mean, it's different for women. They can just pretty much, I mean, damn, I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. Sorry, ladies. But I'm going to say it. Men carry the scene and women sell the scene. The guys are clicking on the scene, buying the scene because of the girl. But the girl only looks good if the guy's doing his job. If he is not opening up to camera or making sure that she is being able to be displayed beautifully, sexually, then there's no video. So
There's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. Yeah. It's a lot of pressure on a guy.
Yeah. I used to be skinny when I started.
And this is why a lot of men are not cut out for this work, because it's taxing and demanding, and it's hard to do. Not everyone can do it.
But yeah, that's generally the advice I give to a lot of guys. Like, you want to be successful in your 20s. I'm not saying don't ever go out with your friends or whatever, but you guys in your 20s, you're hardwired to go find something. You want it. And when you can work, 6-7 days a week and stack cash, and you can spend a small percentage of that on paying a girl who probably actually could use the extra cash too, and you guys both get something out of it. Because if you don't, if there's not money exchanging hands, then emotions sometimes get mixed in, and all of a sudden we go from we were friends with a great arrangement to somebody catches feelings.
Yeah.
And then the whole point I was trying to prevent you guys from being distracted, you're distracted.
I mean, yes, completely distracted. The money thing doesn't always change the fact that feelings will form. Sometimes it does.
It still does.
You're having an intimate act. I think part of this is compartmentalizing, is learning how to compartmentalize your emotions. Like, there are days I show up and I do not feel sexy. I don't feel like being sexual, or the partner that I have is someone that reminds me of my family member. That's not something that gets me going. No. So it's at that point that I have to compartmentalize. Oh, the situation is bad. Oh, this is going on in my life. I think it's really hard for people to do that, especially at that age in the 20s. It's really hard to differentiate emotions and physical drive for sex versus something that's more genuine and deeper, at least in my opinion, in my experience. I can't speak to everybody else, but for me.
Now, like I said, I need to do a course on this to actually teach them the correct way. I also generally recommend guys, like, I'm not telling you it's easy to get this situation, but when you actually can get it down to get the situation, it's worth it. You definitely want to go for a girl who's probably out of your league. Because if she catches feelings for you, good for you. Good for fucking you, buddy.
I was like, wait, what?
Good for you. You're not going to be like, because if you're doing this as a guy, you're probably doing it with a girl that you're like, oh, she is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But, and it's also too, it's a little bit more than just fuck buddy. You're basically going for, like, when I would do this, was the girlfriend experience.
Yeah.
Is what I want. Like, get of course the sex out of the way, get the intimacy out of the way too, get some cuddles in there. Maybe maybe your thing includes a date night all together or whatever. Have the fun and do that every 2 weeks. It'll keep you from fucking your life up.
Yeah, you can do that.
And I said, if you're finding the right girl who's kind of more business and career focused at the same time, she's probably going to appreciate it as well. Like she's trying to focus on her shit right now, but we all have that urge to want that.
I usually tell people go a little bit older than them. If they're a guy, if they're like in their mid-20s, go for a girl in her late 20s, not early 30s.
Which is what I did. Which is what I honestly, I feel bad kind of like saying target this group. I don't mean it like that, but I always did really, really well with single moms who don't have time and probably a lot of times aren't looking to date right now, and for them to get the boyfriend experience.
Without the
guilt of like having to be, like the guy being like, you really got to rush home. And it's like, yeah, my kid's sick or something like that. Or the other way around, like single moms, they're phenomenal because they know how to come and everything like that. They know what they want. They literally like direct the whole scene. Like, I'll tell you when I'm finished, then you can finish.
Because they're moms.
And then as soon as it's over, they're like, don't get comfortable, sweetie. My kids are going to be home in an hour. You got to go. Yeah.
So I got to cook dinner and, the little one gets out of soccer. So can you get out?
Yep. So
yeah,
my life hack there. I try and
it's a pretty good life hack. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think it's only for people in their 20s. I think if you have any kind of aspirations in doing something and you can't get distracted, and maybe being in a relationship might be that distraction for you, you don't need it. You don't need that kind of distraction, no matter what part of your life you're in. You can be 50 if you have a goal set in mind. I'm pretty sure that. In his 30s, was Muhammad Ali still boxing in his 30s? I think he was.
Yeah, he did the rope-a-dope and won it back at like 32 or 33, I think.
He said that he would say that he would abstain from anything, leading up to the fight.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that pissed off his wife, but you know what? I got a goal in mind.
He also had like 7 wives throughout his life or whatever.
Well, not at once. That's besides the point. First off, that man has way too much time on his hands then. I can't get someone to deal with just me. I can't imagine.
And I don't mean like he was polygamous. No, he like was married and divorced seven different times. That might be exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, I mean, just in the Ali movie that Will Smith did, I think he had 3 wives throughout like the 10 years that movie followed him.
Okay, so
so not polygamous, like
not actually polygamous.
Just kept pissing off a lot of women.
Okay, maybe that's why he got so good at dodging.
Yeah, right, yeah.
All the shit thrown at him.
Yeah, did you see how great a shit talker he was? And he could practice at home.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, it's like there was a different podcast that I don't know who it was, but there were some guys kind of hating on the modern woman. And, there's a lot of them. I honestly can't remember which podcast it was because there's so many. It's become a thing nowadays where men are just angry at you guys, getting all uppity these days.
We're not uppity. We're just finally putting our foot down.
And I was just remembering like, man, the plan I just offered right there is like the most pro-feminist thing you can possibly do. Like, instead of trying to seduce a woman who's like, I'm not really looking to date anybody right now, it's like, well, what about keeping it professional?
Keeping it professional always works for me. That's never an issue for me. I'm a unicorn. There are some that, most girls I do know that it becomes a challenge to keep things professional sometimes, especially when feelings are involved. And then, your brand is involved, and that's an insanely personal thing too. That's a very personal thing. And when you enter into a situationship or an entanglement.
Easy, Jada.
Well, it is. I mean, like that's what they are, right? Are they not? Are they not?
Over here crying and shit.
Are they not? Are they not entanglements sometimes?
Got yourself caught up in an entanglement.
But sometimes you get yourself caught up in an entanglement.
Have me smacking people on stage soon.
Only if they make fun of someone.
Okay.
Only if they make fun of Wayne's hair.
Yeah, right.
What's wrong with my hair?
Nothing. But if they make fun of it.
There's nothing wrong with Jada's either.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I understand now.
Brought you around to it. But yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things where I enjoy a strong, independent woman.
Mm-hmm. You just like being told what to do.
No, you can ask Coco. I will. I am very polite, and I don't believe in embarrassing her, but at the same time, like, I will lock horns with her so fast over, like, I ain't no bitch. Like, I ain't getting pushed around.
Ooh.
Yeah. But that also goes back to the same thing where when I actually brought up relationships and talking to you about that.
That's the Aries in locking horns. Huh?
Yeah,
that's the Aries in you.
Yeah, I'm Taurus.
Oh, you're Taurus.
Yeah, I will dig in and
I
fucking.
don't know why I thought you were an Aries. Okay,
but somebody, I get the question all the time. How do you let your wife do porn? Like, how could you let your wife do porn? And my answer is always, I don't let my wife do shit. She's a grown-ass fucking woman. She does what the hell she wants to do.
Exactly. Very good. You learned your lesson.
Yeah. I asked her to marry me. She said yes. I didn't force her. I didn't trap her. I didn't knock her up. She said yes. So that was like,
It's like you led, a trail of chocolate to the house and then locked her into the house. It was like, no, mine.
Oh, boy.
She burned that motherfucking house down with both of us in there. Smile while she's doing it. Yeah, it's exactly so I mean, just that whole thing where the guy, and I've just, even the guys who hit me up, and I know sometimes it's just the verbiage, but they'll, I'll get hit up about you. Like, Kyle, hook me up with some of your girls. And they kind of like, I'm not a pimp, bro. And I damn sure I'm not like dating all these women. Like, I don't control them. They don't listen to me on set half the time when I'm paying them to be here. Do you think I'm like they're gonna fucking listen to me the other time?
You should see Kyle trying to wrangle us together.
Yeah,
like when there's more than one
herding
of us.
Kittens.
Drunk kittens. It's like herding drunk cats.
Stop biting that.
No twerking on the furniture.
We're at Disney.
That's the hard one. Yeah. You can't take those out here.
So anyways,
let's go to Universal.
Yeah, they're a little bit more lenient, I think.
Oh, I found out the trick. I put pasties on. You can't tell me shit.
Right.
Okay.
There you go. Life hack, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, pasties at Universal.
If you like being slutty at Universal, cover your ass.
Flash the camera on the rides.
Maybe not.
I have pasties on.
I actually, speaking of men thinking that they can just, it was Juneteenth and we were out by the pool this past week, and I'm hanging out with one of my good friends, Ashlyn Peaks, gorgeous woman.
I've been trying for a year. He's under contract, I believe, still.
She's still under contract.
Yeah.
She says hi.
She knows, though. Yeah,
she says hi.
Yeah, she knows. We talking.
But we're hanging out by the pool, and she and I are in the jacuzzi, just kind of like relaxing the muscles that are all sore and stuff.
Damn, that's a lot of ass and titties right there. Oof,
yeah,
it is. A wet dream come true.
It was. Poor Maze was sitting there, didn't know what to do with himself.
Lucky man.
So, but there's this gentleman outside of the pool who ends up calling, I guess, a friend of his who lets him into the pool. You need a fob. And he comes in.
I've seen fights start over this.
And he walks around the pool and then around the jacuzzi and then through the jacuzzi, in between the jacuzzi and the pool, and then around the jacuzzi again. And then eventually Maze was like, "Yo, buddy, what's up? What do you need? What's going on?"
Want an autograph?
He's like, he was like, "Nah, man, I'm just trying to figure out which one is yours. And then just tell me which one I can get at." And meanwhile, Ashlyn and I were both like, "Maze, if he comes in here, please say something, because neither one of us want to talk to him. We want to be off. We don't want to have to be on, and we don't want to have to be Ashlyn. We don't want to have to be Carmela. So, can please step up." So he stood up and he went up and talked to the guy, and the guy was like, "I'm just trying to figure out which one to mac it to. You tell me which one you want. I'll get the other." And he's just like, "Nah, man, they're both mine."
Wingman? That's what I would have been like, "They're both mine.
They're both my girl."
Get away.
And he's like, "Oh, so you're a pimp?" And he's like, "No, that's my girlfriend, and that's my girlfriend's girlfriend. And neither of them want to talk to you right now. That's why they keep turning around. It's not so you can look at their ass.
Right.
They're like turning around in the water and covering themselves up to their neck because they want you to leave."
Right.
And as soon as he was like,
just
"Oh,
don't
okay,
get it."
respect, whatever, living life. We just, whatever. Okay, cool." He left, and then as soon as he left, we jumped out of the pool, and
Maybe I should teach a course on how to pick up women, because I could have done so much better than that situation.
Do you guys remember that show of the pickup artist or something like that?
We read the books before the show ever came around.
That show was so stupid. He taught people about negging, and now I get negged all the time, and I'm just like,
totally ruined it.
It's not
They still
cute.
do it?
Yeah.
I thought that kind of shit died off.
Someone
They
was
realized
like,
that
"Oh,
was
you're
shit.
so
You guys
pretty
find
for
it.
a porn star."
Yeah.
I was like, porn stars are all pretty, asshole.
So
Like, that's the whole point.
I actually read the book when it first came out in the early 2000s,
Oh,
and
God,
I
poor you.
perfected a lot of it. But I never went with the negging and stuff like
that
that.
doesn't work on
I never
women.
really. It was more. No. The thing that I always thought worked well, and it's true in life, is like a form of peacocking. like make yourself seem fun and cool. Like if you can make any woman laugh, you can probably get in her pants.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, you know, like, and if you can make her smile, she'll be coming whatever size your dick is. She'll come for you.
I definitely have given head to a couple of people in my younger years before the relationship that, you know, I wasn't even really into them like that, but they just made me laugh so much that I just was like, come here, bring your dick over here. It's so cute. I want to snuggle it with my mouth.
Yeah. So,
and he's like, finally, fuck.
and then
he's like, can we actually fuck though? And I'm like, no, because I don't like you like that. I just am going to play with your pee-pee because you made me laugh a lot.
that's fair.
If you're watching this high, you know who you are.
But no, it like stuff like that would work. I just didn't like a lot. One, because I wasn't that negative, and two, I didn't like taking it as far as like, I'm not really this person, so I don't want to pretend to be this person. And in case I meet Mrs. Right, and I just present myself as something I'm not in any way at all. Like so that was why. But so I would take pieces of it and mix it with the fact that I spent 10 years working with beautiful naked women in a strip club, and I have way more confidence than a guy who has an average dick and a big belly like me should have. But it's just, you know. All of that.
Well, Kyle, you
mixed with 10 years of nearly getting my ass kicked every night at work. So I mean, there's that. You throw that in there.
You know, you're an inspiration for a lot of guys, right?
I do. I do hear that from time to time.
At these conventions I've been to, I've had a lot of fans. A lot of fans have come up to me and been like, "I saw you with Kyle Balls. I didn't think I could even be with a girl like you. I didn't think I could even be in the same room as a girl like you. And like, here you are." And I'm like, well, you're standing with me right now, like in front of me right now. And they're like, oh, and then they get quiet. But the cute part is the part where they're like talking about how much they love your content because it's identifiable. They feel like it's them. And they're like, damn, I just want to like shake his hand and just be like, thank you.
They do come up to me.
Yeah. Which is why you need to go to AVNs and Extreme.
That's why, well, it happened to you. I was like, and we go out with the girls, like good-looking guys go up to them and be like, "Hey, I'm a fan. Can I get a picture?" Obviously, this happened to you on our show, and but I just get weird guys. I love my fans. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but it's like I don't get beautiful women like, "Oh my God, do you want my panties?" Like, no, that doesn't happen to me. No,
sadly,
I get the guy
who wears panties anymore.
Right?
No one wears panties anymore.
Right, but it's still cool. It's still, especially for someone like me to get hit up for somebody to stop me and like, can we get a selfie? Like, with moi?
Yeah, dude, your dick is famous.
At least I keep it the same now because I keep the same haircut and wear the same clothes all the time. That I'm like, yeah, sure, it'll look the same in every photo. You're not gonna be able to tell which year that photo came from.
No, it's a brilliant and beautiful idea. I did the same thing with my hair.
Keep it running all the time. Continuity. Yeah, no, okay. I was just.
Yeah, it's always fun when the fans come up and they tell you something funny or interesting that they identify with. On their end,
I get a lot more of the
dick jerking off to your porn.
I get a lot more of
it's more like, hey, I'm into Harry Potter too, or like something like that, you know, because you know,
I get a little bit more of the sweet emotional stuff from fans through social media. It's hard for them to say stuff to me in person.
Well, you're a little intimidating because you're so tall.
I have the pissed off look on my face most of the time. Especially, we were just talking about this the other day. Especially when someone goes like, "Are you Kyle Balls?" and it's
you're like, yeah.
No, well, it's more like. Did I try and fuck your wife? Like, why?
Why are you asking? You're like sitting there reaching for your gun, like, why?
Yeah. So I think I said this the other day on the podcast. Is my right foot slightly drops back behind my left, and I think, why? What do you care? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm a big fan. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay. Very cool.
What's up? How you doing?
My favorite is when people be like, oh, I've seen your work. I'm like, thank you. I liked it. Thank you. Because I can't say thank you until you say you liked it. If you say you didn't like it, then okay.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks for the watch.
I haven't seen yours.
I saw some birds once. Thank you. That's odd.
I don't know what to say to that.
The other thing is too is like I know slowly over time fans are learning that I live in Orlando. But I did get recognized or talked to a lot more in Vegas because I know it was a lot of time out of towners who were on vacation. So it was just more like, holy crap, it's Kyle and we're in Vegas, you know. Yeah. Whereas here, like, it's like I'm at Michael's buying a poster frame and somebody's like, "Are you Kyle Wilson?" Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
And I also think people are more likely to come up to guys. So I was at the airport earlier and I know this person definitely knew who I was. I was walking past him. I'm playing my music. I'm listening, and I'm in my fierce mode. I'm listening to Beyonce. I'm like, oof, the hair is starting to flap as I'm walking with the gait. And the guy looks at me. And
We've
he's
all
just
been
like,
there.
He's there like,
Sure.
he's like,
Is that why you posted about that?
no.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I looked at him and I just kind of smirked. I did one of those look down and up kind of thing, and he literally just stopped. The only reason why I didn't
Shivered at one point.
The only reason why I didn't say anything is it was clear to me that he was like, he was like, if he was 18, he was just 18. So I was like, I'm not talking to you. Please don't stop me. Don't ask me for a picture. I'm not. If you're underage, I'm not taking a picture of you.
Right.
Must be this tall.
That is a worry. It must be this tall.
Yeah, there was one guy who stopped me at Disney who I was just walking out of
Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Rise of the Resistance.
And he was like, "Yo, Kyle, can I get a pic?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And
That
after
was
I
actually
thought
a really
about
cool
it, I'm
way
like,
to ask, like, yo, what's up? Can I get a pic?
"Yeah." And I was like, "Sure." And then I was like, "Well, it's not like we were naked."
Yeah,
and I walked
yeah.
away. I was like, I didn't ask how old the kid was but I was like, he looks 18.
He looks.
He looks 18. Well,
Yeah.
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 Or was it MegaCon, the random, "Hey, Kyle," like, really quick.
Love your work, dude.
I think a lot of guys are usually intimidated or maybe embarrassed because they've got someone with them and they don't want to. Oh, where do you know them from?
It's already going to be embarrassing enough to be like, is that the porn star I jerk off to? But it's way worse when it's like, is that the taboo porn producer
Yeah, right.
who does,
Yeah.
stepmommy videos that I jerk when he's with his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he explains who you are, he's
Yeah.
like, your dad just got remarried, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Best stepmom in the world
how's the
doing.
new stepmom doing?
And I mean, I do. Like, I mean, your head's on a swivel probably a lot. My head's on a swivel when I'm out in public, and so I get the eyes lock all the time from people. But then I'll look next to them, and there's anything from their kids with them to their wife with them to other people. It's just like I can see that they're not going to come up and talk to me, but they know who I am. They recognize me.
On one of my flights to Phoenix a couple weeks ago, there was a couple. The wife was sitting in the middle, and the husband was sitting in the aisle. And I'm walking past as I'm going to my seat, and the husband, he's on his phone and looks up, and he's just like, and I can tell, there's that moment of recognition where you lock eyes, and he's like, "It's you," kind of moment.
Sure.
His wife hit him so hard, I heard it thump after I walked past him. She looked at him and looked at me and looked at him. Noticed I wasn't giving him any attention or energy. And then as soon as I walked past, I heard, and then something like in Spanish that alluded to the fact of face forward. Like, I remember my Spanish is Spanglish. So
Watch your
something
eyes.
like, yeah.
Avert your eyes, you perv.
I was like, oh.
No, are you sure he recognized you? Or, I mean, you are insanely hot. So you walk down. I watch girls coming down the aisle when I'm on the plane. Like, you gonna sit next to me?
I don't know where he expected me to
I'm not
sit.
creepy like that. Like,
But wait a minute, where did he expect me to sit?
Especially on South, you start patting the seat next to you on Southwest.
well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I check out the people as they come out. Like, I've never gotten
every single guy checks out the girls walking out, and you're like,
No,
please,
but
hot chick, please,
it's
please.
different
No.
when the eyes lock and there's
Yeah,
that moment
no,
of
I
like
gotcha.
recognition of like, I've seen you before. Now, keep in mind, most of the times when I'm on Instagram or whatever, I'm using a filter because I don't like to wear a lot of makeup. So I use a filter.
Okay.
So my face shape is a little different. My nose shape is a little different, but it's still me. So it's that moment of them like, those freckles, are those her freckles? Does she have freckles? I don't remember her having freckles.
Yeah, I wasn't
Like-
paying attention that much. Damn it.
What color are her eyes? I
Yeah,
just
tell
know
her
what
to take her
asshole
pants
looks
off. I can recognize her ass.
yeah. I'll follow her into the bathroom. I'll find out.
That guy at Universal, he recognized me with a mask on.
He was,
recognized me
he,
from
was,
my
he
ass.
was a real fucking fan. He
was-
recognized your ass that was clothed. I mean,
That
you were
was
wearing
clothed.
some tight
Yeah.
pants, but still, it was clothed.
It was clothed, and it was in a dark. We were in like the Diagon Alley, so it was like the darker area of like the park. There was no sun. There was no like light. I was shocked. I remember bumping into him and being like, "I'm so sorry. I keep bumping into you. I'm so sorry. It has a mind of its own." And he goes, "I know. Can I get a picture?" And I'm like, "What?"
Of my ass?
That's
a little forward.
That's what went into my head was of my ass. And he's like, "No, you're Carmela Clutch, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're a fan. Oh my God. Hi.
As you said,
Oh,
so you've seen my work?
Oh, you're a fan." It was cute. He shot his shot. He asked me for my number. It was cute.
I wouldn't have done it. I'm not that brave. So,
Yeah, no.
I almost wanted to.
Yeah.
He was adorable, but he's a little too young for me. I like him older. I like daddies.
I just meant going up to it. Like I am. I have a high success rate when I actually go after a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually I do well, but I have certain rules. Like I don't tend to take my shot in dangerous environments, such as when a girl is out in public
Or with
and
a bunch of
has like
friends.
"fuck off" stamped across her forehead.
Right.
I didn't have fuck off step.
No, but still, I would not have approached a woman at a theme park for families.
He was probably there with his family.
Yeah, but I mean
Probably.
that's why I was saying, like, good for him, man. I wouldn't have the balls to do it. Like,
I mean, he read.
like I
to
half
me,
the time don't approach porn stars at conventions when I'm somewhat of a big deal in the business. Like, somewhat. I don't want to,
I
toot my own
feel
horn.
I feel like he was in the college age, and
Yeah,
again
right.
during that time, the early 20s, you're just on go mode, just like find anything that you can. I've never been a guy.
I was way
but
more of a chess player back then. Like
Really?
what your boy at the
a
pool.
chess player or like a chess player.
Both.
Both.
Yeah, but you're like your boy at the pool. Never.
Never.
I would have walked in the hot tub and sat down and probably said hi to you guys out of politeness, and then ignored you guys till you said something to me. Or till you guys said something that made me laugh that allowed me to join the conversation if I was invited.
But see, here's the thing. We were giving vibes of no since before he was in the gate, because he was outside of the gate waving at us, trying to talk to us, trying to call us.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I wouldn't have done that.
He lost us. Like from then on, we were like, you don't respect us as women.
And then he had
Yeah.
a friend come and like open the gate for him. Like,
Yeah, he called someone.
like somebody
we saw
who
him
lived
on
at the property or whatever.
On the
Yeah,
property,
yeah.
like someone he was visiting or someone like whatever. I don't know what he was doing there. I just know that he didn't have a fob until someone else came down and let him in.
Yeah. Well, I
And then
would
he
have complained to your building manager.
Oh,
like,
Yeah,
Hey,
but you're already in the hot tub wet and everything.
I know,
like
but
that, yeah.
lady, just be like, this person let in this
It was
guy.
also a
and
holiday.
It was very uncomfortable.
It was
I
also
totally,
a holiday, so the office wasn't open. So
still,
we still had a
days
little
later,
bit of-
even sounds like you live in a nice place where
It is.
where they don't want that kind of shit happening.
No, they
The
definitely
riffraff.
don't. They definitely don't.
But yeah, I mean, like you
but
said,
it's
that's
Vegas.
just my
So-
like.
Right,
I have never. I can honestly say, I've never checked out women at the gym. Not that it looks like I go to the gym a lot, but when I did, it's never been my thing. The
Oh
only
my god, it's to a point where I don't feel comfortable
Yep.
going to a gym, and not because I'm a public figure or anything. It's just because guys have gotten so brazen and bold and fucking like. You know what works for me? Come up and have a real conversation.
I do great at parties.
I know
Parties
you do.
are great. I don't do clubs and bars because I can't use my mouthpiece in there. It's too loud.
Yeah, right.
But get me in like a party with a good vibe. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a insanely. I'm like a fucking Top Gun pilot. I've got a high success rate.
I feel that. I feel
Call
that.
me Maverick over here, man. Like,
For me,
Do
it's
not
a
call
hit.
me Goose.
You don't want to be
I will
Goose?
stab you in your sleep if you ever call me Goose.
You don't want to be Goose?
No, I don't want to be Goose.
Okay.
No.
but yeah,
you
Goose
guys-
dies in the first movie. Come on.
but yeah, I like.
You made it to the end of the movie. I hooked up somewhere in the middle of it and never saw the end or the middle or
Top
the
Gun?
beginning.
I mean, that's a movie you have to go back and
just
watch. Like,
painful
you know.
right
Is
there.
it?
Like,
It's-
yeah, that's what are you doing with your life?
Well, I was
I just
doing.
visited
I was
the house
doing
the
him
other-
at the
How are you
live.
gonna know
I
what
mean-
"talk to me, Goose" means?
But I was,
Right?
but I was doing him at the time, so
Yeah, I
I
got
felt
you.
like
I
it was
got
a
you. I
good
got you.
trade off.
But yeah, I like I think there was a time I was going to the gym after working at the clubs where I would go at like 5 a.m. So by the time I was finished and cooling down on like a treadmill or something like that, was the 6:37 a.m. soccer mom club that would come in and work out.
You
and
really
there
love
were,
MILFs.
there were like 4 of them that I don't think they did it on purpose. I don't, but all of them are wearing like the form-fitting leggings when that was becoming a thing, and doing like Stairmaster 3 steps at a time in front of me. And I remember I would stop, like I was like,
The one with the scrunchie in the middle.
yeah, it's
This
really
one?
outlined. Yeah, the
That
one you're
one?
wearing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
noticed
okay,
it. I
okay.
noticed it.
That one.
Yeah, but like I remember I'd stop a few times. 'Cause I'm like, I'm not a teenager. I'm not gonna pop wood, but like I am gonna trip. I am gonna get distracted. I will like trying to watch the fucking. What's happening on Fox News or what's happening on CNN? And oh, look at that ass! Like and I was like, I
it
am
just
not
bounce?
that. I am not that person. So yeah, I just never. So to have someone, like I said, hit you up like that at a pool, or hit you up, or even like come up and say hi to you at a theme park, nah, just out of my comfort zone.
I see. I much rather a theme park. You're not going to really find me at a club. And if
Yeah.
I'm at a club, the kind of it's not even an attitude. Just the aura I have is, please don't talk to me. Please don't make me dance. Please don't make me stand up. I'm in heels. I don't want to be here. I just want to go home. Can we go home? And I want food. Those are the thoughts that are running in my head.
You got to be able to get them in a place where you can get the standard like 25 questions down. And if you can't do the 25 questions, which you can't do at a club or whatever, it ain't going to work.
You gotta, I'm sorry, you gotta seduce my mind. Listen, I do this for a living. And at this point, before I even got into porn, I stopped counting at like 40, 50 bodies. So you gotta come with something that I haven't seen. And
Rambo
y'all look the same. All of you look the same. Yes, knocking them out, knocking them down like that. Rihanna style, like, okay, thank you, that was fun. Can you leave?
But that's what I mean though with the 25 questions are basically get a woman to talk about herself. And I don't mean that in a conceited way, just ask her anything about herself to get a conversation going. And then the thing I always tell guys, the very important thing next, remember what they said. Don't
listen to what they said.
Because when you can bring it back around a week later,
so sexy,
she will start dripping.
Hot.
Like, just remember what she said.
So hot. You remember my favorite color?
Yeah.
You remember something I told you? You remember a preference of mine? Or how about this? I didn't tell you, but you just realized. You saw me eating Fruit Loops and, she likes Fruit Loops. Let me make sure that, And
then I am a big fan of, in those books they talked about, it was, they used the term, I think, kenoing, which was basically physical touch without being creepy.
Oh, that is very true.
And it breaks the physical contact, so
barrier.
When something intimate does happen, it's not as shocking.
Yeah. And that is very true. Girls do this all the time. If you've ever seen a girl go, oh my God.
Touch away, baby girl. Touch away.
Or when they're like, oh yeah, you're so funny. Stop.
Touch.
Yeah, touch. That's how you tell. And if they start playing with their hair.
Yep.
It's one of
those, if those nails are done, you're like, let me see your nails really quick. And then just boom.
That's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
Act like you're, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. That's actually a really good one.
It works.
I had one guy, we were at AVNs, and I didn't end up hooking up with him or anything. He's cool. He's a cool dude, just never got around to it. I had been wearing heels. It was my first AVNs, and I'd been wearing heels for the whole week. Ooh. And because I wasn't smart when I first started. And
it's a rookie mistakes right there.
It was a rookie mistake. My foot was like D's when they came out of the heel. And when we sat down at the AVN show, he's like, do you want a foot rub? And I was like, what? He's like, no, seriously.
Do you want me to have your babies?
He goes, I like feet, and not in a creepy way. I just, you've been wearing heels all day. You've been, for the last 3 days. He was trying to get into my pants. Of course, that makes sense. But the way he was rubbing my feet, oh my God, I was singing like a oh my God, I was ready.
Someone's at least getting a hand job at the end of the night.
He didn't, but I think it's because he let his mouth run too long.
Oh, yeah, see?
And he didn't, and it wasn't connected to the brain, so he was doing this. And
you're not too bright, are you?
You don't even have to be that smart. You just have to learn to be quiet at the right times.
Wow.
The bar is low. The bar is low, gentlemen.
Oh God!
The other day,
don't tell people that. You're going to start getting emails. What about me? What about me?
No, not for me. I just mean in general for most women, the bar is low, and it's sad. Oh. I remember having a conversation with a young lady, and she told me, I can't remember the last time I went on a date and a guy opened the door for me. I don't need someone to do it. I'm physically capable of doing it myself, but it reminds me of what my dad used to do for my mom.
Right.
And that somewhere in my head, and mine too, it's something like kind of nice and romantic and sweet about that. I don't need you to hold the door or pull my chair.
See, this is all ingrained in me.
To do this stuff?
Yeah,
because your father and mother raised you well.
No, and I will say some of it probably was, like I still actually have the very, very clear memory of, I forgot what we were at a formal dinner for, but I was with my dad. And we were with, it was me, my dad, my mom. I don't think the younger siblings were there. And there was another couple. And the women both had to use the restroom. And as they stood, my dad and the other guy stood. And I remember I was confused till my dad smacked me on the arm and made me stand up. Yeah, stand. And I was like, and ever since then, it's always been ingrained. Basically, he kind of says the rule comes into place when the jacket's on. If you're wearing a jacket, stand up.
Yeah. It's, and not everyone is given the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
I was stupid fortunate that my parents tried to make an effort. They came from the ghettos of New York. They really came from nothing in New York. And so while I was growing up with my sister, they made it a thing that at least once a year we would go to the theater and we would see a play. or a musical. At least once a year, we would go to a 5-star restaurant that, all the little forks, and you had to start with the one on the outside and work your way in, and like
teaching a little culture, right?
Exactly. That for that purpose. It didn't matter if it made them completely broke for the rest of the month. It was that important to them. So that way, when I was in the room later on down the road, graduating from college with lawyers and doctors, talking to them about internships. My first internship was with a neurologist. Right off the bat, day one, I was in the room for a ventriculostomy. That's like a major brain surgery. So it is a scary surgery. They're cutting into the skull, and I'm sitting there participating in it on my day one. And that is only because my parents gave me the gift of gab of having the opportunity to kind of cultivate some kind of what to do in these types of scenarios and situations. Mm-hmm. And not everyone is afforded that, but it doesn't take a lot to open a door, gentlemen. It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You're probably walking in front of her anyway.
It's just a win-win situation.
No, if you're smart, you're walking behind her so you can.
Right. And on which side of the sidewalk should you be walking?
On the girl should be always on the inside,
right.
And that's something that I get yelled at constantly because I will always walk on the inside.
Yeah, every woman does. It's really hard to keep track of, so it's just like I let it go.
No. But my man would literally guide me to the other side and just be like, "Stay."
It took a while. Just like,
everything, because as being married to a very, very strong-willed woman,
you have a type,
right? But when you try to do that stuff, and like she said, they tell you, I can get my own door or whatever. When you're like, oh, okay, no problem.
Discouraging.
Yeah. But no. When you respect that choice, it's the same. It works just the same. Mm-hmm. They don't want to be walking on the inside.
That's it. This is his sign that he wants to come home with me.
He did it to Kendra last night.
No, he's coming home with me.
We have it on video.
Shh. He wants to come home with me. You guys like my new cat?
Okay, well. On that
Mr.
note,
Muffins.
Mr. Muffins has decided he needs attention now, so that's
that's
going to be the episode for us today.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. There's a pussy in my lap, and I'm distracted.
All right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, Carmela. I appreciate it. I'm sure we're going to have you on as often as you're in town, which hopefully will be regularly.
Yeah.
I'd like to get you and Charlie at the same time on the podcast.
There's a lot of people that
gotta
would like
clarify
to get me
that.
and Charlie at the same time.
That's another one. That's a lot of ass you get lost in.
We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, thank you for turning in, and balls out.
Thanks, guys.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright.